Oh, hello reader. My name is Harvey Bassey, and this video will be to satisfy one of the requirements of eComputers 355, the final project, for which I've decided to shoot a documentary. The documentary that I'm shooting covers the story writing process of a bunch of youth that I work with at the YMCA. Now, the youth that I work with specifically are part of a program called Tomorrow's Wise Leaders, which is a program for Aboriginal youth. It's a leadership program for them where they develop skills in leadership. So there's actually a fundraiser coming up in a couple of weeks' time called the YMCA Leadership Gala. Now, for this fundraiser, what I decided to do was, as one of the items for the silent auction, was have some youth that are part of the program write a storybook. Actually write the storybook themselves and be a part of actually putting the storybook together. And then we would take that storybook and make it one of the items that was being sold at the silent auction. So we are going to use a story writing workshop style that I've seen used by some people that work with different drama groups. We're going to use that style in order to see what we come up with. So we'll see how it goes.
Ask you a question, man. See if you know what's up. Think this. Who fuses the music with no illusions, producing the blueprints? Clueless automator, defy the laws of nature. Electronic monolith, throw a jam upon the disc. The futuristic loop.
What other words come to mind when we talk about the wolf?
Shark teeth.
A better gangster.
Gangster?
Gangster. Wolves are gangster.
What is gangster about wolves?
They're just so vicious.
They're vicious?
They travel in packs just like normal gangs do.
Yeah, but they're a pussy when they're...
We all travel in packs, right guys?
But I heard they're trained when they travel like one person.
Remember the wolf dresses up to trick the person?
Yeah. Trickster.
Trickster. That's true.
Sneaky.
The gangster trickster.
So protect my pigs from the girls who cried wolf?
Yeah, those ones right there.
Okay.
Yo, I just won 10 grand in the Galactic Rhyme Federation Championship, so I'm lamping a bit. I feel like returning to Earth and burning some herb. I'm sick of looking at the inside of space stations. Time for Dell trying to take a vacation. My expertise in aviation got us to a destination, the East Bay. My living quarters is completely froze solid. I thaw it out with a heat ray. Now I'm chilling.
There was a little straw house in the middle of the woods. Piglet, the pig, lived alone. One eerie evening, the countryside was foggy and quiet. All that could be heard was the creepy calls of the lonely crows. Piglet, all warm in his house, was watching TV when he noticed black, shadowy figures walking towards the house. He calls the wolf for help, and right after hanging up the phone, he heard the voices of the little Black Hood crew. "Let us in, pig. We're hungry for some juicy bacon. We don't mind our bacon simmering in a fire." And they light a match. To be continued.
Sweet. All
Now
right.
Krista's just going to continue telling me what to write.
Okay.
Go ahead, girl.
I forget what we're called, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, what are we called?
Little Black Hood crew.
Well, let's check out what we've got first of all, right? We've just kind of been writing line by line, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a look here. What we have is I'm gonna keep the camera on you while I read this, okay? Or do you want to point it to me?
Yeah, I'll point.
Go for it. Okay, this is what we've come up with so far. Outsmarted and still hungry, the Black Riding Hood crew headed to the stick house where they heard the two pigs were hiding out. When they arrived, they banged on the door and yelled, "We'll knock your door down. We'll make your head pound. Your house will be shaken when we make you our bacon." "Open the door, little pigs," they yelled. Meanwhile, inside, the two little pigs were on their BlackBerry. "Wolf, Wolf, we need your help, man. The Black Riding Hood crew are banging at our door." Expressions. The Black Riding Hooded crew were drenched with water and dusted with flour. In the mayhem of the flour dusting, somehow the pigs' house of sticks crumbled to the ground.
Inside, the two little pigs were on their blackberries. A woof woof, we need your help, man. The black Robin Hood crew are banging at our door.
Do they have to come together?
Why do they come together? Like, why do they think they're the same?
Because they're both bad.
Is it because they're both bad? So where are we at here? So the Little Black Riding Hood crew were still hungry. Then they came across. Listen up, guys. Then they came across a brick house where a pig lived. So they just came to the house. What happens next?
They smell pig.
They smell pig.
Yeah, and that reminds of David.
Oh, I thought they smelled chicken.
We have some pages of the story here that the kids actually wrote themselves, and I'm just transcribing them into a Word document, and we will be taking these words and sort of putting them into a larger font, then cutting them up and cutting up the words in the sentences themselves and placing them onto the pages of our book. So at the end of it, we will have a bunch of words on these blank pages. Okay, so the workshop went well with the youth that we're working with. On the night that we worked with the youth, I believe we had a turnout of 5 or 6 youth that participated in the story writing workshop that we held. What we came out with was interesting and original. Ended up being a retelling of the Three Little Pigs, and told from the wolf's perspective. There was also a little Red Riding Hood character that was incorporated. We did have a few difficulties with youth wanting to make the story gang related, and the story would have included material that wasn't appropriate for the fundraiser and for the silent auction where the book will eventually be sold. So we got the story written, and then I took it upon myself to print the story. I just printed it all out in sort of a larger font, and there were several of these sheets. There were, I think, 20 in total. I have only 2 left. The apartment here, as you can see, has become a bit of a war zone. But each of the wolf heads that I had originally cut out, which were in the style of this image here, I took this image and used pieces of bristleceboard like this one here to cut out these heads, and then actually pasted the words from the sheets of paper that I printed off onto these. So what I've ended up with are several pages of the book that have text pasted onto them. So the kids in the program actually helped to cut these out and to paste the words onto the pages, etc. You can see here we've got the wolf stencil completely made up. There are cuts everywhere, and we are going to spray paint the image to make the cover for the book. So we just spray painted the stencil and have arrived at this here. So this will be the cover for the book itself, and you've already seen the pages, so looks like the project will have been completed. Thanks very much for watching, and we really hope you enjoyed.